In the beginning, there was darkness everywhere. Then God spoke, and He said, "Let there be light."
Hello, creation scientists. My name is Auntie Shebrew, and I want to welcome you once again to the Creation Us Kids School of Science. School of Science!
Hello, my name is Kimani, and this is my sister. Hi, I'm Jemai. Welcome to our school.
Do you want to know more about the world around you and the world inside you? This is God's creation. And when we study God's creation, we are scientists. Creation scientists. And that's why I call you a creation scientist. Come on, let's learn what God has made.
Creation science comes from two words, creation plus science.
Creation is everything God made, the sky, the earth, the sea, the heavens, and everything else. God made the world in 6 days, and He rested on the 7th day of creation week.
6 days of creation plus 1 day of rest equals 7 days of creation week. God made the world in 1 week.
On the first day, God made light. On the second day, God made the sky. On the third day, God made the earth. On the fourth day, God made the sun and moon and stars. On the fifth day, God made the birds and the fish. On the sixth day, God made the animals and people. On the seventh day, God rested with the people He made.
God made things, and then there are things that happen in creation. We call things that happen in creation phenomena. Can you say phenomena? I love this word. It sounds so fun coming off my tongue. Phenomena. Phenomena. Well, I can even make it funner. We can sing it. Let's try it. Phenomena, dun, 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 dun. Phenomena, dun, da, da, da. Phenomena, dun, da, 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 da. Phenomena. Very good. Phenomena is something that happens in nature. Phenomena is something that we can think about, but not something that we can touch and something that we can pick up. Like heat, traveling. That is phenomena. Heat transfer happens in 3 different ways: through conduction, through convection, and through radiation. Conduction happens when heat transfers to something solid like wood or paper, or iron like a pot. Convection happens when heat transfers to something that is liquid, like water in a pot or the air around the fire. And radiation happens when heat travels like light from the middle of the fire or from a sun all the way to kiss Auntie Shebrew's face.
Are you ready to learn about conduction, convection, and radiation?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so let's turn on the fire.
This one?
So would you say that this is conduction as the pot's getting hot?
Yeah.
Should you touch the pot?
No.
Where should you touch? The handle. Yep, because the handle is a poor conductor.
Because if you touch the pot, next thing your hands will get burned.
That's right.
Water.
Okay, science, so now pour the water. Ooh, there's steam. What is it doing now, Saya?
Convection.
It's convection?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Can you feel the heat off the flame?
Yeah.
And what would you call that?
Radiation. Well, Mommy, heat transfer is a natural phenomenon.
I know we have some creation scientists out there. If you want to do a show and tell, you can be right here on the show. All you have to do is send in a video no longer than 1 minute of you doing an art project, a science experiment. Just get in touch with your parents and ask them to send a video to the email right below. We would love to hear from you.
Phenomena, phenomena. Phenomena is something that happens, something that we witness, something that we expect. We expect it to happen all the time, just like when the sun comes up in the sky. We expect it to come up every day. We expect that when we light fire on wood, that the wood is going to burn. But sometimes there are miracles. Miracles do not obey the laws of natural phenomena. Like in our story today, we're going to learn how fire, which we know eats wood, did not eat the bush in the land of the bush. Would you like to go with us to the land of the bush and find out why the fire did not eat the burning bush? You're welcome. After this song, let's go.
On the first day, God made the day. When he said, let there be light. And on day 2, God made the heavens, then separated the waters above. Then on day 3, God made the earth with all the grass, the plants, the trees and flowers. Then on day 4, he made the sun, the moon, the stars to be for signs and seasons, days and years. On day 5, he made the fish of the sea and the birds to fly in the air. On day 6, he made the animals that live on the earth everywhere. Then he stooped down and with the ground, he made a man in his own image. Breathed in his nose the breath of life. Then from his rib he made him a wife. On the 7th day God rested from all the work he had made. He called the 7th day holy and blessed it, and God called his creation very good.
Now it's story time, and we're going to learn more about Little Musa and Papa Musa in the land of the bush.
Get on your pillows, close your eyes, and put on your thinking caps so you remember what you learned. Let's go! Here we are. Look at him, boys and girls. Little Musa's crying.
Little Musa, what is it? Why are you so sad?
It's that mean old Pharaoh Tut. He keeps taking my lunch money. And he's messing with all my friends too. Him and his friends.
Oh, I see. Did I ever tell you why we call our home the land of the bush?
No, Papa Musa. Why do we call our home the land of the bush?
Here's why we call our home the land of the bush. One day, God's friend Moses, or Musa, saw a bush on fire, but it wasn't burning up. When Moses went to the bush, God talked to him from inside the bush. Now, I'm sure God knew Moses would be curious about the bush on fire and why it wasn't burning up, so God just waited for Moses to walk over to the bush. Then he said, Moses, take off your shoes, because this ground is holy, because I'm here and I'm holy. And he said something that sounded like this. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. Our ancestors always wanted to be protected by God, the big fire. He never burned up the bush. So the ancestors knew if they named our home the land of the bush, he wouldn't burn us up, and God would always protect us. Because he chose Moses to go down to Egypt and tell Pharaoh to let his people go away from slavery, Moses had the power of the big fire, just like God has chosen you, little Musa, to tell Pharaoh Tut to keep your hands off my lunch money and leave my friends alone. You don't have to do this alone, little Musa. The big fire never goes out. Trust him. He will give you courage. Tell the teacher. He will help you.
Little Musa, you better get out to the bus now. You don't want to be late to go to school. Can I have another apple, Granny? I think I'll give it to Pharaoh Tut. Maybe he's hungry, but I won't negotiate with my lunch money. I'm going to tell my teacher. Good for you, little Musa.
That's my boy.
Well, our work here is done, boys and girls. Isn't it good to know that no matter how hard things get, and no matter how mean people are, that the big fire, God, will help you and give you courage and fight with you.
Have you ever wondered? What makes fire burn? How deep is the ocean? What makes leaves green? How far are the stars from your house? What makes birds fly? Why do lions roar? How does food get from your mouth to your stomach? At Creation Us Kids School of Creation Science, we know you have questions. And we have answers in God's creation and in His Word. At Creation Us Kids, we believe God's love for us is pure science.
Let's see, what did we learn today? We learned that God's creation is beautiful. There's the stars and the birds and the bees, the sun, the moon. Can you think of what God created? Yes, and you're beautiful too. God created you. We also learned that what God created and what happens in nature is called phenomena. We learned that new word, phenomena. Can you say that? Phenomena. Very good. And we learned one phenomenon today, and that is heat transfer. Heat transfer happens in 3 different ways: through conduction, through convection, and through radiation. We also learned that God does miracles, and He does not have to obey the laws of natural phenomena because He's the creator. He is God. We know that fire is supposed to burn wood, but through a miracle, it did not burn the burning bush. So God could talk to Moses and tell him to go down to Egypt and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. And we also learned that God is the big fire who loves us and takes care of us and protects us against bullies. And He loves you, and He loves bullies, and He loves us all. Did you have a good time today? Well, I hope you did. I did. Until next time we come together, I want you to remember this. God's love for us is pure science.
Stay hot.